Good morning, YouTube. I have literally just opened my eyes, so I look rough as hell. But I wanted to get this video started because I have been reading an arc for about a week now, and it's not because it's rubbish or boring or dragging or anything like that. I'm surprisingly really enjoying it. It's just that I just haven't had the time to read as much as I normally would. And also I started Horror Store by Grady Hendrix about a week ago. I read the first chapter, really liked it, but then I put it down to get on with the arc of Adrian's Awakening by Mindy Shoneman, and I've just not even got as far into these that I really would like to. I just need to get this review done, sent to the publisher. So I was in bed last night thinking, how am I going to get all this done this weekend? And I decided that I would kind of give myself a little mini challenge, and that would be to read for 12 hours out of the day today. So today is Saturday. And I'm going to try and read for 12 hours. Now, considering recently I've only been managing about an hour a day, then this is quite an ambitious challenge. So, according to my Kindle, I've got roughly an hour's left of reading time in this one. It is a YA paranormal chosen one trope type thing. The main character is a 20-year-old young woman. She discovers that she's got mind reading abilities, and she comes from like a long line of mind readers in her family, and so yeah, she's got to deal with that. And then Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. Now this one, I've been told, is a Zompok set in an IKEA type store, which I think is just an absolutely genius idea. And it's not actually that bad with the writing. So I think I should be able to get through this fairly quickly once I settle down with it. But I've also got a bit of work that I want to get done. I've got my kids around, they're around all the time, but I've got my kids to see too. My husband is about for most of today, so hopefully he can help with us. And then a bit of housework, cooking, that kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to have to rely on an audiobook for quite a bit of the day as well, just to get those 12 hours in. And a couple of days ago, I started Beautiful Creatures as an audiobook, so I think I'm just going to try and get through that today as well. I've got 15 hours until the day ends at midnight, and let's see if I can read for 12 of those hours. I'll update you soon. Bye. Hi. Okay, so it's now 12 o'clock, and in those 3 hours potential reading time, I've managed 2 hours 40, which is brilliant. I feel much better than I did in the first part of the video when I'd first woken up. I just feel like, fresher. I've had something to eat, I've had a cup of tea, I've had a shower, and that's actually where I lost those 20 minutes is whilst I was having a shower and getting ready for the shower. And then as soon as I was out, I kind of propped my Kindle up on my drawers and was like kind of reading whilst I was getting ready. Because I do need every minute. I just need to every minute to count in this. So yeah, I have finished Adrian's Awakening by Mindy Shoneman. I'm really, really sorry, Mindy, if that's not how you pronounce your surname. I basically just butcher people's names in every single video I do. Yeah, so I am going to hold my hands up. I really did expect this book to be a bit lame. I think the YA paranormal chosen one / romance type thing, it's done so many times, and I think it's such an easy kind of book to kind of get a bit wrong. I think it's very easy for people to not be able to execute their ideas very well. and for it to just all turn out a bit crappy. However, I'm very, very pleased to be saying that I'm seriously considering giving this book a 4-star rating. Now, by the time this video comes out, I will very likely have done the full review on Instagram, so you'll already know what rating I gave it and what I ended up saying. But yeah, basically I just really enjoyed it. It was kind of like a bit of a palate cleanser. So it was just very easy to read. And I know obviously with it being like paranormal and she's a mind reader and things like that, it's not realistic, but it's definitely believable. Like you could see it happening, kind of thing. The characters were all I don't know, they were kind of like well written, well created, thought out about how they would fit into the story. And yeah, I liked all the characters as well. So the book ends on an absolutely huge cliffhanger, like huge. And seeing as this is part of a duology, we already know there's a sequel coming, and there is no way in hell I will not be reading that sequel because I need to know what happens. So yeah, that is a lovely surprise for me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to sending my review to the publisher. It's one of those times when you can just gush about how much you really enjoyed the book rather than trying to word criticism in the right way. And so I have already been listening to a bit more of Beautiful Creatures this morning as well. I'm going to carry on with that. I've got a bit of like boring housework to do now. I've got like, you know, the dishwasher, laundry, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so I'll see you all soon. Let's see how I get on. I'm back. It's now 3:15 p.m. and I have read, or shall I say listened to an audiobook absolutely non-stop since 12 o'clock. So that's another 3 hours 15 added. So that brings my total so far to 5 hours 55 minutes, I think. So yeah, I'm almost halfway through my 12-hour challenge, which is good. I've been listening to Beautiful Creatures whilst I got some housework done, and whilst I was just doing a little bit of just faffing basically. And yeah, I wasn't into it at first. It was a little cheesy, but then the more you get into it, obviously, you know, you get to like the characters, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's not like the best written book and it's not the best storyline, but yeah, I'm enjoying it, and it's kind of one of those where you can do other things whilst it's playing. Like I don't have to fully concentrate on every single word to know what's going on. So yeah, I'm enjoying that, but I've just come back up to my bedroom for a little bit of a break, and I just need like a bit of time without just people talking in my ears constantly. So I thought I would get cracking with Horror Store. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, really excited, and so I will update you shortly on what I think as I'm reading this. Right, so I am now at page 88 of Horror Store, and I have been seriously missold this book. Yeah, I was told it was a Zompok, and lots of people were saying it was a Zompok when it first came out, and the first sentence, I'll read it to you, is, "It was dawn and the zombies were stumbling through the parking lot, streaming towards the massive beige box at the far end." Zombies, right? That was a metaphor for, you know, people just blank-minded going about the business. There is not a single zombie in this book. There will never be a single zombie in this book. You know why? Because it's a ghost story. I just don't even know what to say. I just feel so disappointed. Yeah. Part of me is thinking that I possibly might not have even bought this book if I'd have known beforehand that it was a ghost story. Although part of me is thinking, well, actually, Grady Hendrix, and last month I read the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires and loved every word of it. Yeah, I really did, to the point where I then just stopped, you know, as soon as I'd finished reading, I jumped online and purchased Horror Store and My Best Friend's Exorcism like immediately, without even kind of fully going into what they were, just because of the author. So yeah, I'm not sure on that one. I think I possibly would have bought it, but I definitely would not have been as excited to read it as I was. I just feel like I've had all these months of like wanting and longing to read this, you know, crazy zombie story set in an IKEA store. And now I just feel let down. Oh God. I mean, it's all right. It's an okay book. I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's not amazing, but I don't know. Don't even know what to say. Just gutted. Just absolutely gutted. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going because I just want to get it read. I have read some reviews just now before doing this video, and other people are saying that it does get really like scary paranormal type stuff further into the book, so I'm really hoping that that will kind of scratch that itch for the horror stuff, and that, you know, it ends up working out fine anyway. But yeah, no zombies. Boo! Yeah, that was probably scarier than this book. Not scary. It has got quite paranormal. There's lots of ghosts or spirits or whatever you want to call them. Some like kind of exorcist shit has been going on, but I don't find that stuff scary. So unfortunately, it's a bit meh for me. I really like the idea. I do like the idea. I like this novel idea of being in, you know, this IKEA store and freaky shit going on. I'm not even sure if it's supposed to be scary. I'm not sure if it's like some kind of comedy horror type thing. I don't know. Anyway, I've got about 50 pages left, and I will be finishing this hopefully today. I've had to write this down. Okay, so it's 7:30 p.m. and I had 4 hours 15 potential reading time since the last time that I checked in, and I've actually read for 2 hours 30, so I've not done so well this evening. I've had a break to add some more blue to my hair, not that you can tell, obviously, you know. For those who were spotting, it's gone a little brighter. And then just daft things like making tea, spending a bit of time with the kids, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I haven't read as much as I would have hoped this evening. So that means that I've done 8 hours 25 minutes in total, and I need to do 3 hours 35 minutes before midnight. So I'm going to continue with Horror Store. I'm already like in my PJs, chilling in bed, and hopefully going to spend some time finishing Horror Store, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to start after that. So we'll see. I'm back. Guess what? It is 11:45 p.m. I'm very, very tired, but I have just hit the 12-hour mark of this challenge. I did it. Yeah. I would like to thank all those people that believed in me over the years. 12 hours in, what did I have? 12 hours out of 15, was it? Something like that. Yeah. And I completed Horror Store. It ended up being a 3-star. It did get quite paranormal and stuff, and the concept was really great. That kind of thing doesn't scare me, so when I'm reading a horror book, if it's not scary, then it kind of misses the point for me. So yeah, it was definitely a middle of the road, I think. But I finished that, and I've listened to a little bit more of Beautiful Creatures, and then I started a new book, and that's an advanced reader's copy. It's called Raising a Rare Girl. For the life of me, I cannot remember the author right at this moment. I've only just started it. It's a mother's memoir of raising her daughter, who was born with a very rare syndrome, something to do with certain cells of DNA missing or something like that. Prior to reading this book, I had never heard of this syndrome, and she does explain like how rare it is, and it causes the children who have that syndrome, they have quite significant mental and physical disabilities, and lots of kind of health problems related to the syndrome. And so yeah, I always find those quite difficult to review or rate, really, because it sometimes feels like you are judging someone's personal experiences. Like as if you're going to say, you didn't suffer enough. Your story was not sad enough for me. It was shit. I was expecting devastation and it all turned out fine. And it's not that at all. It's just sometimes the way things are written. So yeah, I usually do enjoy those types of books, but in not in a fun way. I kind of enjoy learning about new medical things, and just seeing other mums and other families kind of bring out the best in each other, and like kind of fight through difficult times, and have hope. So yeah, I'll be carrying that on for the next few days, and it's quite an easy read so far, but like I said, I've only just started it. I'm only about 40 pages in. But yeah, I'm exhausted. I can barely think straight. And I'm done. So thank you for watching. I am going to go and sleep forever now. And I'll see you all soon.